I'm glad we're in this instance. We want to thank you for joining us on our Repat for Artsakh live Q&A series. Today we are interviewing Araz Sahakian. She's a Repat from Lebanon, living in Armenia since 2016. Together with her husband, Araz has started a fundraising campaign to buy food, warm clothes, first aid materials, and necessary items for family arriving from Artsakh and wounded soldiers arriving in Goris and other villages. I am Florencia Alin Nerguizian, originally from Uruguay. I've been in Armenia since February and have been volunteering in Birthright, and currently I'm working as a volunteer in Repat. The objective of this series is to introduce some of our Repat's leaders that with their own initiatives, they have managed to support Artsakh victims through a series of diverse activities. These are very important initiatives that have been made from the back front, which is very much needed these times. We encourage people to provide bigger support to these leaders so their activities can continue and can reach even more people. Also, showing what and how these leaders are doing their projects, it can be considered as an example for you. We want to give you an opportunity to start your own initiatives and have the inspiration on these leaders on what they are doing, not only for the diaspora people, but also from the Repat. There are a lot of things that can be done and that are very much needed. So Aras, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your project you've been working on.
Sure. Thank you for your kind introduction. So I'm Araz. As you mentioned, I'm Lebanese Armenian. I moved here 4 years ago. I've started this initiative with my husband, Matthew, who's French Armenian. We have decided to put our international network, our friends and families, at the service of our nation, Armenians, and our country. So we provide food, hygiene products, we provide school materials, warm clothes to the displaced refugee families arriving from Artsakh to Goris and near villages to Goris, and we also send materials needed to our brave soldiers. Yes.
Okay, so how did you start this project and what was your initial idea?
Yeah, so actually we started this project the same, the first night of the war. Before the war has started, we were in Artsakh and Goris a couple of days before the war, and a great time with friends and like we have made friends there. And when the war started, we contacted them first, and we said, how can we help? And they said, we will probably need help in food and hygiene and etc. So we said, okay, let's start a fundraising, a small fundraising within our network, and let's reach out to people and see what is needed, and let's help them. So this is how it started. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you started implementing? And okay, you explain a little bit in what it consists of, but initially it was the same. Did it change the objectives or what you have done? Did it start one way and then change to another kind of activities?
Sure. So how we started, right? We started gathering fundings, donations from our friends, and within 2 days we reached like $500 dollars. And first thing we did was we have contacted the hospital of Goris to see what is needed there, because they were already wounded soldiers arriving to the hospital with a big quantity. So first mission we did was helping the hospital, sending materials, first aid materials, and as well as food and hygiene products the village. We were fortunate enough to have a contact from Goris. She's the director of the French Cultural Center. So since day one, we were working together. We asked her what is needed, and she was also the bridge between our help and the people there. So this is how we started. But then by time, so the next mission was we went there physically with the food, with kids items like games, sweets, kind messages, and we saw the situation there, and we understood that we have to come back, but with more help. So after the second mission, we understood that we have to focus on the displaced families. We have to focus on the refugees and providing them food, warm clothes, hygiene products. This is the most. We understood the need. Yeah, we understood what is needed, and yeah, by time, of course, the list. I don't know. We started maybe with 10 families. Now we work per week. We provide over 50 help for over 50 families. So yeah.
That's very impressive, actually, that you have contacted directly the hospitals to work with them on a first hand. I think it's very impressive, and I didn't know we could do that. Like personally, initiatives is something I think not in every world works like this. It's something about Armenians that, as the people, as a nation, we are so close that the help can be provided directly. It's a very interesting thing to show, and also like you have been identifying all the needs is for me, I think, and for everyone, it's the most important part of your help, because sometimes a lot of people want to help, of course, but the needs are not very clarified and very clear, and that you have identified them correctly and work with them. It's something like it's very impressive. So apres.
Thank you.
So
thank you, Jen.
How do you think? Of course, you are helping a lot. That's undoubtful, but how do you think this project is directly contributing in the situation that is happening right now?
Actually, we are to say it like clearer. It's been like a month we're going there to the villages near Goris, including Der, Gornizor, and some other villages. And since now, till now, there is no help that has reached there besides us. Of course, like there are some help in Goris. People have to reach Goris, and they might get some help from time to time. But just to say that nothing is automatic. I know that there are big budgets, but you go to the villages and you see the situation, right? Like there are people living in in one house, maybe there are 30 people living with a tatik, a grandmother that doesn't have like enough food, doesn't have like the conditions for families to stay there. And so the idea, like how we are contributing is like we are providing a safety environment to these families. We are there to help them with the food, as I said, with the warm clothes, with everything that is needed. We receive sometimes like a list of medicine that we send everything that is like needed for them. We are here to help, to send, and I think what we are doing is not only like sending the goods, but also talking to them and giving them like motivation and just like asking them how they are. And it's also important because the displaced families, the refugees, have left without their son or husband because they're on the border defending our land. So it's not that they just they left their houses, but they also left their loved ones there and just arrived to Armenia. Yeah.
Yeah, shortages. Yesterday we talked with Savannah about that how important the psychological work is with the people and how it's affecting that. So you've been telling us, well, that they're sending you list of what they want or what is more needed. So in general, what are the most needed products? Are they the same? Do they change each week? Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So basically, besides the families, we have a lot of requests every week. We have requests of sleeping bags for soldiers. So we make sure we always send sleeping bags, power banks, chargers, car chargers, hats, warm socks for soldiers. So we try also to we dedicate part of our budget to the soldiers too. It's true that we don't give them like directly, but our friends in Goris, they go to Stepanakert and Artsakh like maybe twice a week, so they send it there. But when it comes to the help of the families, we go like physically there. We have already like prepared the list. We know what family we are visiting, where is the place. They're waiting for us. We give the food. We ask like what is needed other than that. So just to say, with the difference with different help, it's also that we are in direct contact with these families, and we are trying as much as possible to keep sending the help and not only like do it for one time.
So actually you're helping the families and also the soldiers indirectly. I can imagine that can be very difficult, that it's impossible for you as normal people to go there and send things to Stepanakert. So in all this process of taking the food, the medical supplies, the sleeping bags, everything, what are the difficulties you are experimenting? You know, the logistics difficulties. You tell me a couple of days
Yeah.
to go there. Please explain us a little bit more about this so people can like know directly the reality.
Yeah, we have different type of challenges, but none of them stop us, to be honest. But for example, one of the challenges we had once was the driver. For example, he didn't get the point of the whole mission, so he started like nagging and saying like, "Oh, I was not ready to stop for each place," and so he kind of like made us change our plans a bit, like. So we were like rushing, leaving the food just by the door, leaving, and which disappointed us. But now we found a great driver, and like we are continuing with him. Basically, other than that, it's been like 2 weeks. There was a specific village we were not being able to reach because of the ceasefires, actually, because it's actually the last village of Armenia between Artsakh. And like it's by the border, and the situation was very tense that we couldn't even like enter the village. They didn't let us enter for safety reasons. So we kept the goods and the food right by next to the village next to that village called Kornizor. So we have different type of challenges. What like it's been a couple of weeks. We finished the week, and we spent the last penny, and we don't know how we will make it the next time. But next week, and the next week comes, and like we find a way. It's either our friends and like connections, and like we make it. And this is how we work, right? Like we know that these people are relying on us. We know that there is no question we are coming back next time. But we also like make sure if we have the opportunity, we send all the help as much as possible. Whatever we have, we send it every time. So yeah, I know that I think we are very blessed to have a great community, great friends and families who are supporting us, not only financially but also like mentally, and just asking like what can I do other than that, like sharing awareness, and because we need different type of help, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So yes, I think what you just say is very important for everyone to hear. Help is very much needed. We are repeating that every day, despite there is Imnadram and other big organizations that are having all the donations centered. These organizations, such as Araz one, are very important too. They are directly helping people. So for the ones that can support her, please don't doubt and contact her. We are always sharing the information. She's always open also to receive, to share that information. Don't forget, sometimes the smaller organizations are the ones who make some difference to the smaller group of people that are distributed in the whole countries. So that's very important to realize and to get clear. The help is needed everywhere. Arazjan, also, about going to Goris, how is the freedom of transport in Armenia? Do you need any documents, any permits to go there? How is that functioning right now?
Sure. Sorry. So actually, the first time you went there, we didn't know, but there was actually the same day, there was a new law that you need to have an official document to reach there. So we lost like 2 hours on the way, but never mind, because we found the solution. So yeah, basically you need an official document from the government saying that who you are with, so like the car info, your contact info, and why you're going there, right? So so now it's been over a month, like we're going every week, and the police officers on the way, they most of them, they know us and they recognize us, so there is no like major problem. They just do it for safety reasons. Yeah,
of course it makes sense. Like, we are in a world war situation. The country must have certain control. You never know who can go, and we have to protect the people.
of course.
I love that. Exactly. The controls, everything you were telling. This is actually a thing you've been warning, right? Like the security of the people of the village. Is it involved in all this project? How do you take care about it, and how does it affect directly in the whole situation and project?
The safety of people. Sorry, I didn't get it.
Could you, if I like, can you make videos or show the places where you're going, or in a matter of safety, for their own safety, let's say, you can't do that?
Actually, we're trying, for the moment, we are trying to avoid videos, because it might show like some the region, you know, which might play against us. We're trying also to post pictures about the families and their location. This is why in my last trips, I tried to avoid to take pictures of the families, but I was trying to be as transparent as possible, like taking pictures of the good, taking pictures of like some of the families who really wanted to take a picture with us. To be very careful with coronavirus now, and lately there was like unfortunately, the coronavirus is also like spread in these villages that we are visiting, so we are also sending vitamins, masks, hygiene products, everything that is needed to like stop spreading this virus and like boost their immunity. And we're also trying to like keep all the distances and like all the measures for their safety, but also for our safety, so we can come back with more energy. Yeah.
Totally, I agree. The safety must be shared. Like, we have to take care of us, of any situation, health issues, or issues. Like, it's very important to show how like that responsibility should be very much among us. We are in war, but nevertheless, we still have to keep safe to not have other issues. And yes, it's very much that. So, well, now you have explained us a lot about the logistics, about your project, what is considered. But we also want to know, how is this affecting you personally?
That's a hard question to answer. You know, I think it's also a big message for me, like why I'm in Armenia. I had already like thousands of reasons to be in Armenia, to repatriate to Armenia, but also gives me like more reasons and like big responsibility to be here, because our nation needs us. We have to be there. We have to be here on the floor, helping people. Help is needed everywhere. Anything is like, any help is needed. Any help is appreciated. And yeah, it personally, like, it makes me a stronger person. It gives me a lot of like lessons about life that I would never love to leave Armenia. I would never like to leave Armenia, like, for living. I mean, of course, I might go to vacations and all, but I don't know. For the moment, I feel very responsible. I feel like I wouldn't trade this to with anything else. But in parallel, I know that yeah, I'm doing all this outside my working hours, because I also have a big responsibility at my work. You know, we cannot stop our economy. This is also like a bigger responsibility. We already have people from my company who are fighting on the border. So we are also, every one of us is responsible for that. We are doing their work. We are making sure that, you know, we provide better, we do better work. And in parallel, we can also help other people. And yeah, trying to stay strong. We are trying to stay positive. So we can keep sending the help. We can keep motivating people. We can keep like our positivity, because this is also a war of like a psychological war, and we shouldn't like give up. Of course, that's not an option for us.
I think it's very good what you just mentioned it, and we should have it more as an example, not just only the things you're actually doing of fundraising and giving support, but this opinion of yours, or your self-consciousness about the situation, is very much needed among not only Repats, of course, but the whole nation, the whole Armenians on the world. They should know, well, this is happening, this is needed. We must be strong, of course, because that is our characteristic as a whole nation through all these years we've been fighting with. But I think people should be really inspired on your attitude and on the whole attitude of all these leaders we are interviewing, because I think this strength and this consciousness of what is really happening and what is needed is what makes you effectively do whatever you want and understand and do it properly. Because sometimes I think it's not that easy to make all this support, you know, all this help. I must imagine it's not easy. So the way you're doing it and the way you're handling it and how you understand it and how you understand the people, I think is something we should applaud everyone. Also, how this is so disinterested that you go and, you know, we understand the people have to be safe and we have to take care of them, not only in the health way, but in the psychologically. And also what you were telling before about how sometimes we can take pictures or video. And this is very much true, because the enemy is working 24 hours a day with all the materials they can. And we have, this is maybe for everyone, that we should be clear on what we post, on what we send, or what material we release. Because as we said before, the enemy is always looking for us and is always searching what they can gather and use to our disadvantage. So it's very important for everyone to.
Yeah. I mean, they are attacking our churches, our cultural centers, and it is very hurtful, of course. But we shouldn't let that defeat us, and we shouldn't let that make us down and like give up.
So
totally.
They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I think this is like the proper example for the situation. So Arazjan, you were telling us you start with a few families and then that number increased. So how was the contact with that family? I'm meaning, for example, did you get personally involved with those families you're helping? Tell us more maybe about that.
So basically, to tell you shortly how things happen, right? Like there is Carmen, who is also like responsible of gathering the family names, like, and what is needed to send. And so she sends the list to us, and since we have like over, I don't know, we have over like 150 families, so we all like make it on Excel. And so what happens is we use this contact, and we use the information, we prepare what is needed, and then we go there physically, we give the help, and then we keep the contact. Carmen keeps the contact with them, because we come back to Yerevan, right? So we go there for a couple of hours and then we come back. So these families, if they need something, they call Carmen, because she's in Goris, and she's relatively very close, and she can send help. So so the families are in direct contact with Carmen, and Carmen like tells us what to bring from here. And of course, we see them the next time we go to the villages. This is how it works for the moment. Of course, we would have loved to spend more time with them, but for the moment, the idea is like gather all the help, prepare everything is needed, and go there for one-day mission for a couple of hours, stay there, give all the help, and come back. Because it's not only like work issue, but the idea is not to go there and like stay with people, and because already all the houses are full, all the houses are like overpopulated, and again, we are here just to send help and not make any issues. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It makes sense what you're saying. I imagine that it can be very exhausting for you to go all the day to all that, but like actually it's very impressive, and that's why you're here. Like to show the strength you and everyone that is gathered.
Yeah. Actually, about the strength, it's something like, I don't know. When we are there, we are very strong. We are very like organized. We are like very like efficient. We work very efficient. We are here to talk, to listen, and all these things. But of course, it's very exhausting. We have like 4 hours ride to 4 hours to go and 4 hours to come back, and also like the whole day we are like in the truck. But we work every time. We work more efficiently. But of course, when we come back, our energy is like drained. We are tired, but that's fine. That's fine. We disconnect. We try to disconnect from everything, news and everything, and recharge our strengths and start again, because we don't have time to lose. And we also know that we can't just keep helping if we are exhausted. So we're trying to keep our mental health, and this is how things work. Everything has to go too fast. This is why sometimes it's exhausting. I might sometimes feel that I need more time, but like I think we have enough adrenaline, so we keep going and going, and we're not going to stop until there is no more need. Actually, yeah.
Well, we are human beings. Like I think it's normal to feel all these things. Our capacity has reached a top, and it's very important to be calm, organize ourselves, and okay, as you're doing, okay, I have to organize this day. I'm gonna use my energy in this, so the next day I have to maintain a certain equilibrity. I don't know if that's the word in English,
Sure,
but
equilibrium. Yeah. Balance.
Between both energies to be aware, and also be aware of where can I help, what can I do, where am I best helping with. There is a lot of places we can all help. It's just asking, being curious. There are a lot of groups where we can actually ask, okay, how can I help with? So please don't be shy, anyone. If you, the one who are listening now with listen before, please, if you have your own tools and you can help where you have your free time and you can help on whatever you want, please reach Araz, reach Repat, reach everyone that you know to provide that information, because as we said, it's very much needed, this information, this help right now. But as you say, I think it's very good idea of being calm and being strong. We can't lose our minds right now. We have to be focused and do whatever needs to be done. So I have another question for you. I think you told us a little bit about this. Maybe you can expand a little bit more. So what is the support you're receiving, not only for the local community and repats, but also from the diaspora?
Yeah, so basically 80% of our donations come from our connection of Birthright Armenia we made. I'm also I'm a former Birthright Armenian volunteer, and I have met amazing people in Armenia throughout my my volunteering experience. So yeah, my diasporan friends are helping me a lot. They're actually family. This is why I said reaching to my families, but actually they are helping a lot. Like even I have friends, they are sending me the help, like they're purchasing the items, like sending it directly to my place. Also a lot of locals also helping, bringing, like, I don't know, every week I make a list of items needed, and everyone reaches out to me to bring the help. But also the same happens with our spurk, with Armenians outside Armenia, right? So there is no difference. Help is like coming from different side of the world, and like even from non-Armenians reaching out, saying that you're doing a great job, and like financing, sending donations. So yeah, everyone is like helping in different way. For example, I have a friend of me who gifted me a pahes, a place where we can, like a warehouse where we can put all the purchases, because till now I was using my apartment. We were using our apartment as a warehouse, but we needed actual space, like separate space. So we have that. I have a friend who is making a website for me. Everyone is helping in different way. Either it's like a service support, financial support, transportation, anything that is needed. And this is also amazing, and this is also something that will drive us to like continue our mission.
I'm so glad to hear about that. It's nice to see how little initiatives grow and grow and grow and can reach a lot of people. Yeah. And like creating website, I think it's a lot, and I'm actually, unfortunately this is happening, but I'm happy that you're getting a lot of support and everyone's getting support. Of course, this is uniting us as Armenian even more than we were united before, for sure. Yeah. So for those people that haven't contributed with you, or maybe only have contributed to Imnadam, how can they contribute directly to a project?
Yeah. So for the moment, they can donate through Litchi. I have a link I can show you after. You probably have it. It's a website where they can donate money, and there is we also share like updates on the missions there. They can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram, where for the moment we don't have like a content writer or a marketing person, but I'm the one like who is sharing all the information, all the updates, all the stories, short stories happening with us on my page, my personal page. So they can reach out to me on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. They can reach out, and yeah, I will share with them the link. We are working on a website to have like a faster or different channels of help. They can, if they are in Armenia, they can also help with goods or services. Again, for that, they can also reach out to me, and I'll tell them what help is needed. either for volunteering services or goods or anything that that can cross your mind or that is needed. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen these stories you've been telling, and they're very impressive. And it's good to have like a directly a testimony about what is happening. It's very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, just to tell, like for maybe some people don't follow me yet, so for them to be clear what the stories are, from all the trips or some moments like we had with the families, interactions, or some moments of emotional moments, of intense moments. I have gathered as short stories that I'm like sharing them on daily or weekly basis. Again, for the moment on my page until we have official page and so on.
Maybe we should do something with all these histories and gather a lot of histories to show like the reality. Something to think. You have now homework for the people who are listening.
A lot of ideas. It's just that we want to do it step by step. As efficient way as possible.
So now let's make like a final question that I think is very important.
Okay.
Everyone, whoever has a question, please write it. Araz is going to answer all of them. Also, if you want to contact her, please don't doubt. She just said she has her personal page in Facebook. Please contact her. It's very important. But now, more over your project and all of what you are doing personally. How do you think we can engage people that are not physically in Armenia, but their heart is in it, of course, on contributing in Armenia in other aspects apart from the financial ones?
Yeah, there are different ways to help. Being active on social media, raising awareness, working on different projects like Recognize Artsakh. I don't know, telling what is happening in the world, because unfortunately the world is still like silent, and what is happening here, it's not acceptable, but yet the world is silent. So we need different type of supports. We need our diasporan friends, our diasporan Armenians to do their work, to be active there, to be like raise awareness, to share, to protest, to
manifestate themselves.
To share, like to show support. And this is also what we need, because maybe some people haven't heard about Armenia or Armenians or what is happening there, but them having our international network, we have to make sure that this is not only like Armenian issue. This is something very human, and every human being like can't just be neutral about this. So there are different ways to help, which is not connected to the financial. So I address them to work on that. Yeah.
Very much right. Yes, I share the same thought. This is not only the Armenians' cause, this is a world cause. Like human rights are universal and they have to be respected by everyone. And there has no exception. So yeah, I don't know what the international community is waiting to recognize Artsakh and stop these violations of our rights happening. So we are not having any question now. But again, remember, please, if you have any questions directly to Araz, please contact her. If you had a question for Repat or any other person, please reach us. We are very open on helping and on answering all the questions. And thank you again. Thank you, Araz, of course, for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we congratulate you on the work you've been doing and the work you are going to still do. And I hope you like this, and remind you, these are very important initiatives. Support them. As Araz said, this is not only the way to support, but there are a lot of them. These are our leaders. These are people that are doing very proactive in what is happening now. And please be aware of what is happening and what is being needed. Also, I want to remind everyone that is listening us that Repat Armenia, together with Birthright Armenia and Armenian Volunteer Corps, they decided to donate 5% of their salaries to Imnadram and 1,000 plus for at least 6 months as a part of the 5% for Artsakh challenge. We encourage everyone to be part of. Araz, if you want to share something with us, if you want to add anything, please.
I want to thank you for organizing this and giving me the opportunity to talk about my project. As I said, there is like 10,000 different ways to help. So if there is someone like who wants to help but still doesn't know how to help, or not sure about the skills or the tools, so please reach out to us, and we'll work together.
Exactly. Please share all this, share this video, share all the videos you have seen. It's very important for us to show what Araz is doing. Our voice has to be big. Our actions has to be shown to the world. So thank you for all you have been doing. And again, share this, share all the media content. It's very important to show and spread the word what is really happening. So I think we are finishing with this. Thank you again, Araz, for everything, for joining.
My pleasure.
We are always available to help. And whoever wants to help Araz, please contact her.